What's up everybody, it's Joe with J Blake Photo. In today's video, I'm going to do the very difficult task of going through all of my gear and deciding what I'm gonna take to the island of Maui. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I have been to Maui now twice before. On my last trip, I did a lot of really great fun stuff. Jeeped up a bunch of trails. I took a mountain bike down the volcano, did some amazing photography, had just an amazing time. And then the time before that, just had such a fun time being on the island for the first time and getting to know just some of the spectacular sights. Drove the road to Hana, almost got stuck, but we did survive. Did survive the road to Hana, and just had a phenomenal time. Going again, actually leaving tomorrow. Very excited. Definitely in need of a vacation. Haven't been on a real vacation since February of 2020 when I went to Maui the last time. So super excited for this trip, but it's gonna be a little different, a little low key, a little bit less crazy. We are just gonna stay on the resort and have a great time there. But while I'm there, I'm gonna be doing some photography. There are some great beaches just within walking distance of our hotel. And I'm gonna really I'm gonna take it in and just enjoy thinking about compositions and just really spending time in the environment and enjoying it. But if you're anything like me, you've got a ton of photography gear and you're always experiencing kind of FOMO that you didn't take everything with you, right? You get to your shoot, you get to your location and you're like, oh, I didn't bring this one thing. I didn't bring that one lens. So I'm gonna be going through all of my gear in this video. It's gonna be a long one and we're gonna decide what I am taking with me. Now, before I get into the full packing list and we get everything packed, if you're into things like this, gear, adventures, photography, videography, cinematography, drones, video editing, all that sort of stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button on this video if it's the kind of thing that you're into. And if you like photography, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. I am at jblake.photo. You can also check me out on my website, which I just rebuilt, and that is also jblake.photo. All right, first things first, the GoPro. It goes without saying, I'm gonna be doing some snorkeling, so the GoPro is coming with me. I have the GoPro Hero 8 Black. I did not upgrade to the 9, and I have a buoy strap for it to keep it floating in the event that it loses, leaves my hand. But that's it. That and a bunch of batteries. That's all I've got for the GoPro, so that I won't bore you with that stuff. So I'm gonna be taking the trusted Mavic 2 Pro, with the 1-inch sensor to the island of Maui. I'm gonna take it once again. It came with me last time. The video that I got, the shots that I got out of this drone were phenomenal. It followed me down the volcano. I am just so happy that I get to take it to the island of Maui again. I've got a couple of sets of props that I'm gonna be taking with me, and it's all cleaned and ready to go. Got this with one battery, and then I'm gonna bring one extra battery. I have 4, but I'm just gonna bring the 2. I'm not gonna overdo it this time. Now, honestly, I can't fly the Mavic without the smart controller. I could get one of the lighter controllers, but honestly, this thing, I mean, I love this thing. It's heavy. All of this together is very heavy, and I'm gonna be toting it around the airport, but it's definitely gonna be coming with me. I can't go to Maui without the drone. My favorite accessory for my Mavic 2 are these filters. So I've got a couple of different filters. I've got 2 variable ND filters. This one's the 2 to 5, and then I have a 6 to 9. And then also I've got two static NDs and a circular polarizer. I normally just stick with the ND filters on the drone, and I don't really use the circular polarizer because the NDs have a certain amount of polarization to them. But honestly, with the way the sun is there, the moisture that's in the air, and just the reflections of the sun that you get off of the greenery and even just off the ground and off the ocean, you want to get that deep blue water. So I want to make sure that I can see all of that. I want to be able to get cinematic shots. So going to be going with an ND filter for sure. I love these. This is the difference between having the full absolute quality out of that 1-inch 10-bit sensor. The colors are just phenomenal. Okay, so this is all things like tripod and stabilizer related. This is my Ronin. This is the first gen Ronin. I absolutely love this gimbal. I don't get to use it a lot, but when I have used it, I have just been so happy with it. I actually just recently got this clip on here that allows me to really easily attach my camera with the Arca Swiss mount. So I can just load the camera, just boom, right on there, super easy. This thing is gonna be too much to take to Maui. If I was doing like running and gunning type stuff, or if I was planning some like slow-mo, if I was planning like some slow-mo running shots on the beach, maybe, but I'm gonna say no. All right, so now I have the Joby, I have my Seru travel tripod. I have a K&F concept tripod that actually got sent to me to review, and I'm in the process of reviewing it right now. This one weighs 2.2 pounds, and it is carbon fiber. It's about 13, 14 inches, really sturdy, stands up to 60 inches, which I really like, but I haven't had an opportunity to really kind of use it in the wild. So I've got that, the Joby, the travel tripod, and my trusty Manfrotto, which has been with me through thick and thin. I'll tell you, I definitely don't want this with me. I'm pretty much done with this thing. There's some interesting things that you can do with it around the house. I'll probably use it in the garage and stuff, but honestly, it's not dependable in the way that I need it to be. So this is gonna be a no. And considering the fact that I now have this one in my stable to try along with this one, this would normally be my go-to. I think this guy is not coming. Sorry, buddy. So these two are going with me. And now you're gonna ask, but Joe, why 2 tripods? Here's why. The reason that I think I'm gonna end up needing 2 tripods is I'm gonna bring the EOS R. It came with me last time to Maui. It did a phenomenal job. I was so happy with it. But as a video camera, trying to figure out, what lenses I wanted to use, not being able to shoot in 4K without that crop, not being able to shoot slow-mo, except at 720p. It's coming with me, but it's coming with me as a stills camera, which means that the EOS R6 is gonna be my dedicated video camera while I'm out. And yes, I'm gonna bring both cameras. How I'm going to pack them, I don't yet know, but we're gonna figure that out next because lenses are going to be very important. All right, so we've got 2 tripods, we've got 2 camera bodies. Let's talk about lenses. All right, so I have all my lenses here, pretty much. There's a couple that we can kind of throw out right away. First, even though it is super lightweight, and I really do love this lens, this is the 50mm 1.8. Honestly, 1.8 is good. I don't think I'm gonna need a lot of low light. If I did, I have other lenses that are better at that, and I just don't need it in Maui. The next one that I'm gonna say no to is gonna be my 85 1.4. I love this lens. If I knew that I would be doing any portrait photography, because this bad boy is my portrait lens, I would be bringing it, but since I will definitely not be doing any portrait photography, again, I have other lenses that fit this zoom range. This just isn't a good fit for a couple of reasons. Number one, it weighs like 3-4 pounds. It's super heavy, and it requires the EF adapter. It is not going to go in my bag. Okay, now, that makes it a little harder. One that is definitely going is my RF 24-105. This is pretty much my permanent video lens. It's got the IS, And combined with the R6, it has the, what is it, like 5.5 stops of image stabilization. It's an f4, which isn't amazing, but for video, I'm very, very happy with it. So this one is definitely going with me. The lens that's on this camera now, this is my 35 millimeter art lens from Sigma. I think I'm gonna say no. The reason why is that really I only use it right now for video. I need the RF adapter that it's on right now to go on the EOS R if I'm gonna fit any of my EF lenses for it. So if I'm planning on shooting stills with anything other than this lens, my RF 24-105, I'm gonna need the adapter because no, I don't have another adapter. They're all back ordered. So in order to make this camera work, I need basically this one to work with all my EF lenses and that one to work with all my, well, my one RF lens. So that is the direction that I'm going, which means that the 35 1.4 Sigma art lens that's on there now is not coming with me. Now, you guys are gonna laugh. This is a 24 millimeter EFS Pancake Lens. So what is this, like 33, 34? This is f2.8. So this is an EFS, so this is a crop sensor for an APS-C camera. But with the adapter, honestly, it's pretty small. It's actually not too bad. But again, I have other lenses that are gonna hit this zoom range. The optical quality in this is not phenomenal. And though it does save a lot of weight, it doesn't really make sense for what I'm gonna be doing. So this is not coming with me. So that leaves us with 4. I'm gonna put these aside real quick. This is probably the toughest decision in this group. This is my Samyang 14 millimeter manual super wide lens. I like this lens. It's actually really fun. The image quality is okay for it being so inexpensive. But it's a prime, so 14 it's pretty good. It's a 2.8, but again, it's a manual. I like this lens. The alternative that I have is my 17-40 f4. I've had this lens for 9 years. It came out, I think, in 2003, so this is an old lens. The optical quality is not phenomenal in this lens. It's not bad, but it's not great either. The one thing I love about this lens is that it is super lightweight. I would say that at the wide end at 17, it is about equal to the quality, to the image quality of this one, but it's actually a lighter, like feeling these in the hand, shockingly, this one is actually a little bit lighter than this one because this front element is huge. But this one has autofocus, but it is an f4 and this is a 2.8. This is hard. This is a hard choice. I'm gonna put them aside for a second. I can't decide yet. Okay, next is my Tamron. This is a 24-70 f2.8 IS, or VC as Tamron calls it. I've had this lens for also about 9 years. I love this lens. The autofocus elements on this lens are not great. They're a little rough at 2.8, but you can't really notice it for video. And for stills, honestly, it does a really good job. And when you stop it down to like f6.3, all the way to 8, up to 11, like the optical quality is actually phenomenal. This is a great lens. It's a little heavy, it's a little bulky, and when you add the EF adapter onto it and you throw it on the R, it's a lot. It's a lot of lens sticking off the edge, but it's a great lens. I love it. It's definitely coming with me. As heavy as this thing is, there's nothing like it. There's no other lens. This is the 70-200 f2.8 IS. This is the Mark II. There's a Mark III in the EF, and then of course there's the new RF version. I've had this lens for 5 years. I love this lens. This might be my favorite lens. Whenever I shoot with this lens, I am always surprised at how much I like it, at how great the shots look. And on the R6, if I do anything where I want to get some, super quick shots, the autofocus on this with the R6, it's fully compatible with the 20 frames per second electronic shutter and the 12 frames per second mechanical. So the high plus mode on the R6, fully compatible, works great. Love this lens. There was one instance where I did not bring it with me shooting a surfer in Maui, and I regretted it. I still regret it, so it's coming with me for sure. I think I just need to bring both of these and call it a day. I'm back to these now. I'm back to these again. I have to make room in my bag for two bodies. And we haven't even talked about the microphones yet. The answer to this issue, right? The answer to do I take the 17 to 40 or the 14 mil is to get the 14 to 35, but it's on back order. And then just sell both of these, but it's on back order. I'm just gonna go with the Canon. I guess we probably could have guessed in the beginning that I'm effectively going with the Trinity, the 70 to 200, the 24 to 70, and the 17 to 40. And then for my video lens, I'm gonna be using the 24 to 105. 2 tripods, 2 camera bodies, 4 lenses, a drone, and a GoPro. Now I have to pack it. All right, so this is my Peak Design. This is my 65 liter travel backpack. And I have the Peak Design capture clip on here. And I think I've got capture clips on both my cameras. I love this, it's really great. Before we get into packing the gear, just a couple pieces of gear that I wanna just kind of show you that are gonna be coming along as well. My filters, I've got a boatload of these. This is a USB, it's actually Thunderbolt, a Thunderbolt 3 NVMe drive. It's sturdy, it's actually waterproof. Of course, I've got my, this is an inexpensive card carrier. This is my trigger, my remote trigger that I have. These are my adapter rings. This is a protective cap. I put this on my capture clip because when the camera is on the capture clip, there's a much higher chance that the lens cap would actually fall off. So this is rubber. Extra propellers. I'm actually not gonna bring this with me. This is my Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, but I need something smaller than this. This is pretty much permanently in here with their like clips. There's a clip system that I've got here, and it's pretty much permanently attached in here. And then I use this other space for other stuff. So the 17 to 40 is gonna go right in here. The Tamron 24 to 70, gonna go right there. 70 to 200, it's gonna squeeze. There we go. You just gotta finesse it a little bit. It's gonna go just like in there, like so. So the R will be here with the lenses here, and then the R6 will be here with the 24 to 105. And then this spot will probably be batteries, and this spot will be my microphones. All right, now I have a kind of custom configured small pouch for the Peak Design that I have kind of set up specifically for drone. And so that's gonna go right in there. And then that goes there. And then the drone actually goes just like this, nice and snug, right in there. Lots of room. And then I have plenty of room for my extra battery. They can go right there, along with the filters and those extra propellers. I'll probably put my little accessories down in here just so that I can get to them really easily. I actually try not to put accessories in the front pouches, even though it's perfectly fine for that. I find that they just aren't as accessible. Filters up here, batteries, and my trigger. I won't need this in my bag permanently because it's gonna just probably stay at the hotel with my laptop. Okay, so minus the R6 that's gonna go right in here. I think that is everything. This is probably the lightest that I have ever packed this bag. Now, if you're asking, okay, where are the chargers gonna go? Like, don't you have chargers for all your batteries? Those are actually gonna go in my check luggage because they stay in the hotel as well. The only things that I pack in this bag, the way I set this bag up, is as if I was going out shooting. So this is actually what I will carry with me. All right, one last addition here. We've got to take the tripods. Shove them in the sides. Packed for Maui. I think I'm good to go. All right, so I think I'm ready to go. This feels pretty good. If you've got any specific thoughts on the stuff that I brought or didn't bring, go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and wish me luck. Go ahead and find me down over on Instagram, jblakePhoto. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you like videos like this. And hopefully everything goes well. Got my vaccination card. It's all uploaded onto the Hawaii Safe website, hoping that everything goes well. No issues at the airport. And I'll see you in the next one.